What's up, YouTube? In this week's video, it's going to be a very quick one, but I wanted to share with you guys about something interesting that happened at a recent venue visit. The venue is requiring a very certain, very specific type of information that if it becomes normal, then it's going to be a major problem for a lot of new DJs, hobbyists, bedroom DJs, or just guys who do weddings and events every once in a while. Hang out, grab some coffee, some Red Bull, some alcohol, whatever you drink, and let's have a little chat about what's going on. Yo! Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This week's video, it's going to be a real quick one. By the way, happy July. We're officially into the second week of summer, really, because if you think June's the 1st, July's the 2nd, August is the 3rd, man, the summer's going by quick, and I hope everyone's getting the chance and the opportunity to enjoy it, spend some time with friends and loved ones, and just, you know, kind of wind down a little bit. I know the wedding season is pretty wild during the summer months, and sometimes if you're just constantly going weekend after weekend, you can burn yourself out. So I hope everybody out there is taking care of themselves and just kind of slowing down a little bit, taking some time for themselves, and just enjoying the warm weather. As always, thank you to everybody who has liked, commented, and subscribed. If you're new to the channel, keep hitting that subscribe button, keep hitting that bell notification so that you never miss out any of these videos. You guys have been following me, you know I put these out every week. I try to come up with some really good content, really good topics that seem to be popular in the DJ industry, a lot of questions that get asked, and I always try to address them. And as always, thank you, and keep doing what you guys do. So okay, real quick, at a recent venue visit and a discussion that I had with the venue, not only did I have to supply my COI, Certificate of Insurance, but they asked for a very specific type of additional information. Now, if you're new to the channel, I'll put a link up top that talks about why it's so important for DJs to have liability insurance. You definitely want to make sure that you're covered and you have all that information. So check that video out if you haven't yet. But for this one, this video is going to be about an additional piece of information that I had to supply to a venue. And what that is my federal EIN number. Now, for those of you out there who don't know what that is, it is basically a number that the government gives you when you go through the process of registering your company as a legitimate business. Whether you file for an LLC, a DBA, or an S Corp, or I don't know, there's a whole bunch of different things that you can register yourself as. Obviously, I'm not an accountant, I'm not an attorney, so I think, you know, if you guys out there are wondering, do I register my business as this or that, talk to your accountant, figure it out, find out what's best for you. But when you do go through the process and you register yourself as a legit business, you then get assigned an EIN number, which is sort of like a social security number for your business. That's essentially what it is. Now, at this venue, they were asking for my EIN number because they wanted to make sure that I was a legitimate business. Now, here's the thing, guys. It's pretty common, it's pretty popular for venues to ask all of their vendors for their COIs. They want to make sure that all of their vendors have insurance and they're covered if there's any problems, issues, whatever. That's becoming pretty norm. A lot of venues do require this in order for you to work there. If you don't, you can get one-day insurance policies, or you might have to sign off all these different waivers and all kinds of crazy, you know, jump through hoop type of stuff. But most professional DJs out there, they do carry a liability policy. But I can tell you guys that if it becomes normal where venues now demand that you are a registered, legitimate business, you have your LLC or S Corp or whatever, and you do have that EIN number, and they are asking you for it, it's going to be a lot of headaches, and there's going to be a lot of problems for new DJs, hobbyist DJs, bedroom DJs, DJs who do this as a side hustle, whatever, you know, those guys that are only doing maybe between 1 to 5 events per year. Because if you're not set up as a legitimate business, the venue might say, no, sorry, we can't have you here. And I see this going a couple different ways. So a bride and groom, they book their venue, and the venue says all of your vendors have to be legitimate. They need to send us their EINs or prove that they are a registered business. On one hand, I could see a lot of vendors, a lot of DJs, photographers, whatever, losing a lot of business because they're not set up as a registered business with the U.S. government or their state or whatever. And that essentially means that if it becomes normal, then all of the people who are not registered or who are not legitimate, all their business goes poof, disappears. They no longer will be able to work at many different venues that may require this. On the other hand, I could see a bride and groom telling a venue that, no, I really love this photographer, or no, I really love this DJ. He just does it once in a while. He does it on the side, but he's a friend, or we really want to book this person. But if you're requiring this and my vendor team can't supply it, then we're going to go elsewhere. We're going to go to a different venue. And then I see the venues actually losing business, not the vendors. So I don't really know how it's going to go, what's going to happen, if it is going to become normal. I think, my personal opinion, I think it will become normal eventually. It'll be slow to ramp up, but I can definitely see more and more venues starting to say, no, we only want vendors that are legitimate and have a real business. Now, why is this important? Why would a venue require this? Well, there has been some discussion in one of the big Facebook groups, and there was someone who actually made a comment who actually works for a venue. And they laid out all these different types of things, basically saying, well, people who go through the process of registering themselves as a legit business, and they have an EIN, they're paying taxes, and they're doing all this stuff, they tend to have a much higher quality service level, or a much higher quality in services than someone who's just doing it as a side hustle, or they're a bedroom DJ or a hobbyist or whatever. And I can completely and totally understand that, because someone who has a registered business, they don't want to risk something bad happening to their business name, their reputation. They don't want to risk bad reviews. They don't want to risk getting blacklisted, whatever. There's a lot of different reasons. So I can definitely understand why a venue says, no, we need to have someone who's a registered business to work here, because they're on a whole different level. They take everything much more serious than just the guys who are doing this on the weekend every once in a while, or they're a friend of a friend of a friend that knows the bride and whatever. So I completely understand that. Now, a lot of the guys who might be watching this, you might say, oh, I only do this once in a while. I'm a hobbyist. Whatever, but I'm professional. I have great service. I do wonderful things. Sure, that is, great if you are like that, and that's how you conduct your business. But on average, generally speaking, the guys who do go through the process of registering a legit business, they do have much higher quality. And it's just a proven fact. It's just how it is. Any business out there in America, they don't want to risk anything bad happening to their reputation or their business name, so they do everything they can to accommodate their customers and client base and whatever, so that they have a much higher level of service or much higher quality of service that they give. So, we don't know what's going to happen. If venues say, we need to only have registered businesses work here, it's going to be a major problem for a lot of the small guys who have not gone through the process of getting an EIN or registering their company. So, we don't know. I guess all we can do is just hang back, wait and see what happens, and go from there. For me, I have a legit LLC. I have an EIN. I can supply this to any venue that does ask for it. It's super simple. I can just send it along with my COIs, and everyone's happy. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. If you guys are watching this and you want to know what's the process of registering your company as a legit business, or your DJ services as a legit business, again, it's going to vary by state. Some states have different protocols, different rules, different ways of doing it. There's different costs too to register an LLC. Some states it's very easy, it's very cheap. Some states you got to jump through hoops, you got to do a lot of crazy stuff. Here in New York, it's about $400 or almost $500 to register an LLC. And then you have to put notices in the paper, and then you have to file paperwork and information with the state, and it's a lot of crazy stuff. Luckily, there's a lot of websites out there where you can just go, you can set up an account, you pay them one fee, and then they handle everything for you. There's nothing you got to do. You pay it, you go through the process, and after 2-3 weeks, you get all your paperwork in the mail, and you're good to go. So just, you guys out there that are watching this and you're wondering what's involved, check it out, look at what the process is wherever you are located at and what your state requires, and just go through it. I mean, it's very easy, and it's really not that expensive, and just having yourself registered as a real business is just sort of puts you on a different playing field in a way. It puts you in a much higher bracket because you're looked at as a real legit business. So that's all I got, guys. Sorry, losing my voice a little bit here. But if any of you got any questions out there, or if you got comments, if you've got venues in your area that are now requiring not just COIs but EINs or proof that you're a real business, comment below. Tell me about it. Let me know. You guys out there who are just hobbyists or just do this every once in a while, what are your thoughts? Are you freaked out if this becomes popular? Will it actually push you to register yourself as a real business? What do you think? Comment, let me know. Let's chat. That's all I got, guys. As I always say at the end of all my videos, a day without dancing is a day wasted. Hope everyone is having a wonderful summer, and keep kicking ass on those events out there. And until next week, talk to you later.